There is a near-deafening silence among girls and women in rural villages of central and coastal Kenya. Their communities have hidden a dark secret from the world, a secret whose scars and memories are shouldered by women.
After I did my KCPE, I think that is when the cut happened.
One woman living with this scar is Lucy, not her real name. She breaks into tears when I rekindled her dark memories 2 decades ago. She is among girls and women from central Kenya whose human rights have been violated and bear traces of painful scars in the name of cultural rites of passage.
I was taken to my grandma's place, so that is where the happenings didn't take place. So, and I was like, it was so painful. I even cannot imagine a friend going through the same, or even an enemy going through the same. So after that, I ran away from home because I thought my mom was like, how can you allow me to go through this?
In the remote villages of coastal parts of Kenya, gender inequality has been normalized, with girls grow under its heavy yoke both at home and in their community.
So of course, so many people have been affected.
As the hissing wind blew, raising the heavy tides of the blue ocean, for Mwaka, it was a day of reckoning. She recalls how she and other girls were rounded up and taken in for a cult ritual in the name of transforming to adulthood. From that day, she lost the pride of being a charming Mijikenda girl.
It is something that it has bothered my mind since I was around 12 years up to today. Mentally, something that has given me depression, bitterness. I've lived a bitterness life. Like, even sometimes it's something that has affected my brain to some extent. You get yourself praying like, God, make a miracle. Like I wake up tomorrow and get myself, I'm having the clit back, of which it is impossible. Sometimes you feel low, you feel inferior. Like it has given me mixed reactions, and I think I cast the days. Men, like if you're dating, you cannot have a chance of choosing because you're like, hey, it's better this one who has understood me than trying another one who will also demotivate me. So it affects a lot in terms of marriage. We'll again choose like, okay, am I going to marry? Am I not going to marry?
Why does this culture continue in so many countries? And what will it take to put an end to it?
Embu is a hotspot. Most of the patients who come are from Embu, followed by, of course, Northeastern. But because of the distance, I believe Embu is certainly high. We get a lot from Muranga, especially Kangeme area, and also here in Gatundu near in Kiambu area as well.
Even though it is a cultural tradition, with all respect that I have for cultural traditions, you have to realize that it does have a very adverse, a very bad effect on people's lives. You know, especially their sexual lives. It ruins marriages. It makes it difficult to enjoy life.
I mean, I get young girls here who are 20, 21, who want some form of corrective surgery. And that tells me that it's still happening.
And it's done in many different ways. In particular in Africa, sometimes the cuts are very minimal, but sometimes they're quite severe and quite deep and quite damaging. And it's all done to suppress or control women's sexuality. That's a greater societal question. Why do we not trust women to be sexually free?
FGM practice is deeply rooted in the religious and cultural beliefs of communities, and the prevalence is still high among Somalis at 94%, Samburus 86%, Kisis at 84%, and Maasais at 74%. Lucy and Mwaka are among 3 million women and girls in Kenya who have been forced to forego their human rights under the oppressive customary laws of their communities.
even though you see me and you hit up on me and we say, okay, sawa, I wasn't okay. And I was like, how will this guy understand that I went through this, not with, I was not aware of what was happening. I was young, I was forced, all those things.
The emotional, the physical, the trauma that this creates in life. It makes it difficult for women to have sensation. Sometimes the birth canal is closed, so they have difficulty passing a child. Sometimes they get infections because things are obstructed. Menstruation even, sometimes it's so small that you can barely get menstruation out.
Though the mental scars and emotional toll cannot be undergone, there is hope that part of the physical damage caused by FGM can be undergone through reconstructive surgery. 50 women have successfully